Hey, also, we're going to take real whole pumpkins and we're going to make some pumpkin pie filling with them. So we are going to go through the whole process. First, I'm going to take these pumpkins and we are going to pop the stem off. Sometimes you just brute force is what it takes. I'll pick them up later. There we go. So all the stems are off. We're simply going to cut them in half. Get that knife in there, pull it down through. There we go. Now, these are pie pumpkins, but these aren't very thick pie pumpkins, so I'm glad I've got 4. But I'm going to take a bowl and I'm going to scrape all the seeds into the bowl. And we're going to do something a little fun later. But save those seeds. And the spoon sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. Sometimes I just have to go bare hands into these. But pull out all that inner stuff and repeat with all of the pumpkins. There we go. Nice and cleaned out. You can leave that, that's fine. So now that we've got all the seeds and the pumpkins cut in half, we're going to take our pumpkin and we are going to put them inside down so that the shell is up on a baking sheet. We're going to see if we can get all 8 halves on my baking sheet so that they don't get a caramelization on the inside if it can be helped. If it happens, it happens. Not a big deal either. And if worst comes to worst, one of them will be a little up because I'm not doing a second sheet this time. But I'm going to put them in the oven just like this. I'm not going to add anything to them at 400 for about an hour. How I will know they were done is I will be able to poke a fork in the top and the fork will go right through. Right now they're solid. There's no way the fork would go through without a lot of force. But when they're done, it'll be soft and it'll go right through, no problems. So I'm smelling the pumpkin. I've still got 5 minutes left on the timer, but we're looking pretty good here, even the one that I lifted. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these out and let them cool a little bit before I puree the flesh. So you can see they're starting to dimple because they got exposed to cooler air. And I'm just gonna let them cool a little bit because I'm also working on another project, but this way then they're easier to handle if they're a little bit cooler. So now we've let the pumpkin cool. I can actually handle it with my hands. And some of the stuff that I couldn't get out with the spoon, I'm gonna pull out now, but I'm simply going to take it and it just pulls out so easily now. And we're gonna put it in a food processor because we're gonna blend it and make a puree. That's what we use when we make pumpkin pie and when we do a lot of pumpkin desserts. Even some pumpkin soups, I believe. So we're just gonna very carefully take the shell off and put it into our food processor. There we go. And we're gonna repeat that with all 8 halves. So once your food processor's full, you're just going to take it, put the lid on. There we go. Pulse it, because you're going to want to make a puree. Just let it go and let it do what it needs to do. If you have any pieces of skin that went in, it should be fine. Once it seems to be about done, you're going to go ahead and take it. I have another bowl, and I'm going to just pour it into this other bowl, and I'm going to scrape it out. And if I happen to find any large chunks, I will put them back in, because sometimes they get missed. That's life. Don't worry about it too much. And just scrape it into the bowl because we're going to portion it out for use in a little bit. And then we'll just keep going and we'll get all of these done the same way. And once we're done, we will use this fresh. You can freeze it. You can freeze dry it. I do can some. But I just want to encourage you. It's not hard to work with fresh pumpkin to make yummy, delicious pies and treats, muffins, whatever, throughout your pumpkin spice season. So this is Kelly signing off from Yellowknife Homestead. Have a great day.